Hello, everybody out there in YouTube. We are the middle-aged guys, and ooh, I sound like shit. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
We are just going to go ahead and jump into our videos for this particular week. Excuse my voice. I am coming over something really, really bad. I've been dying of the plague all week, and hopefully I can actually handle croaking through the rest of these videos that we put out, and it's not going to disgust too many people, all right? But like we said, this is pretty much what we're going to start out with. What we're going to talk about right now is actually kind of a follow-up to a video that we put out all the way back in November 2016. That's when we first went ahead and we looked at the first officially released trailer for the live-action Fullmetal Alchemist movie that is set to be released out now, December 1st of 2017. Warner Brothers themselves are putting together, but it's going to be an all-Japanese cast and everything. New trailer for the movie has dropped out. In fact, that was actually earlier this week, a few days ago. Guys, what are your thoughts on it? I know it was only 90 seconds long or something like that, but still, it was definitely something that I think it can spark a conversation.
Subtitle it correctly and bring it out here. This is by Warner Brothers, and of course, this is an all-Japanese cast, Japanese movie. Yes, it's all a good sign, and looks like they're going to go, copy and paste from the manga and the anime and everything like that. So as we said before, look, I have no problems. It was only a 90-second trailer, so subtitle this shit and make sure the subtitles are positioned correctly when you bring it to the fucking theater.
Yeah.
Bring it out here. And then we'll fucking watch it. It's basically as simple as that. We're all Fullmetal Alchemist fans. Just do the shit correctly and bring it out. I don't have any fears about it not being done correctly because it's actually being done in Japan.
Mm-hmm. That can be its own double-edged sword, but I'll come back to that in a second. What about you, Gray Mouse? What are your thoughts on this, sir?
I'm glad that this trailer came out. This trailer kind of turned me more towards to go and seeing it now, because the first trailer, like you said, we've done a video back in November about it, and we had some reservations about it. I'm not saying it completely removed the reservations, but it did help me want to really get more interested in seeing it. Like you said, the pretty much like the classic cartoon. They're trying to add an hour, trying to to alchemist their mother back, and they actually show that, and they, so I'm very interested in it now, and it looks a lot better than this trailer looks a lot better than the trailer we saw back in November. It actually showed the actor's face as Ed, and it actually showed Al in his armor. So, and we did see a little bit of his arm, or Ed's arm. I think it's his right arm, I think it is.
Yep.
So it got me back into it. I was like, okay, I felt it wasn't as much CG as it was previous trailer. So, I think it's coming along well. And like the theme was just saying a few minutes ago, subtitle it and bring it out, and I guarantee there's a lot of American people fans of that manga would be more than interested in watching this video or movie rather.
Yeah, the movie itself is definitely something it's an interesting thing. I'd have to say that it looks a lot better than what we initially saw back in November 2016. One of the things that I picked up on in that old trailer, like Gray Mouse was mentioning, was the fact that they didn't show the main character's face on screen at all, which really clued me off to maybe they weren't very confident in the lead's acting abilities to show his face off on that a lot, or maybe they were just really, really early with the principal photography and the principal material that they had to cut the trailer, But with this particular one, yes, they showed the pretty boy off, all right, and it's in his hair and everything, and they showed Al, or at least the full render of Al in his armor. It looks like the CGI, the CG work is greatly a lot more polished and a lot cleaner than what we saw initially in the November trailer. But yeah, like the thing was saying, you know, if they have a chance to bring it out here, I would love to go out of our way to go ahead and watch it, like we did with Shin Godzilla. Like I said, hopefully the subtitles will be all okay. But look, if it's fucked up and they start giving out passes again, then we know how we're gonna see Infinity War in 3D fucking IMAX. All right, that's all I got to say about that. Okay. Was there any other thoughts on this particular one? Like I said, it's only 90 seconds long. Not a lot going on, really.
There's still not much to go on. Everyone's just hoping that it's not that it doesn't stray away from what we already know and love about the fucking series.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all everyone really asked for. And yes, we got to see the main character's face. We got to see, you know, forming of a fucking spear and fucking concrete logs going through walls and shit and kind of stuff, you know. But again, we're just like, bring it out.
I would like to see a little bit more of the enemies a little bit. I like to see how they're going to be done in this particular movie. But you know, by the way, sorry, December 1st, it was announced that it's going to be released on December 1st
in Japan.
Yeah.
So that gives it a little bit more time to have trailers in there as well. So we'll see, and you'll see it right here on this channel. We'll definitely comment about it.
Yeah, my only real fears about it is the fact that, you know, you have a long-standing manga series, you have a long-standing anime series, and then it turns out that they're going to have to handle an origin story, then some sort of huge fucking arc, and handle it in like 100 minutes. Okay,
they can't. Well,
yeah, they
can, but they shouldn't.
Like 300 books, 300 chapters, something like that.
They can't shorten all that.
Can't shorten that into 90 minutes.
I'm just saying they're not gonna do the whole thing, but you know, it's probably there are real fears that I have of the transition.
But I see what you're saying, though. They need to, if they're going to end this movie, they have to end it at a certain point.
Yeah, you know, I think the other thing that kind of gets me too is that you know, the Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin, live action adaptation that they did. Everything looked the part, but even for the Japanese crowd and critically, it wasn't critically well received over there. They pretty much panned it. It was universally declared as being pretty much a shit fest. All right, but it looked the part. Okay, and with this particular one, it looks the part. So
no,
I have my reservations still. You know, all right, but that's something that we'll see, you know, sometime down the future. And it's not like the folks in Hollywood or the folks in Japan, the movie studios are going to stop making this stuff. As long as there's always new manga and anime coming out, they're always going to be looking at ways to go ahead and adapt this. You know, we can go ahead and.
I got one more thing to say. I'm sorry to talk over you, but Warner Brothers, right?
Yes.
So that's kind of almost sort of kind of guaranteed to come out here.
In some sort of distribution. Doesn't mean it's going to hit theaters.
So,
it doesn't mean that it's going to hit theaters. It may just go.
It does look.
Yeah, straight to DVD. So
that's okay.
Yeah. But like I said, you know,
subtitled.
But like I said, it's not like they're going to stop, you know, going out of their way trying to farm these types of intellectual properties for adaptations. In fact, you know, just over the last 2 weeks, Ghost in the Shell, that was done by Paramount Pictures, I believe. That was released out in 2 less than stellar reviews, let's just be honest. And the thing about it was that it went ahead and it came out, but it kind of, even though it didn't have as much critical and commercial you know, success as they were hoping it to have here in the States, it's still actually, I think it just set to hit. It just opened in Japan this weekend, and the rest of Asia this weekend. So we'll see how well it does overseas. The thing about it is that it illustrated to the folks in charge of the IP that, hey, look, folks are still interested in this brand. They're at least interested enough to go ahead and spend like 130 million to go ahead and make a full-blown Hollywood movie on this thing. So what's happened with that is that they've taken that sort of feedback, and it turns out that they're going to be setting up yet another animated series that actually was just announced out, I believe, on, let's see here, it looks actually yesterday that another set of stories were going to be coming out, and it's going to be coming to us, let's see here, through the animation company Production IG, with Kenji Kamiya, who went ahead and he was the director behind the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex series, and Shinji Aramaki, who was, I think, the creative guy behind the Appleseed movie. He's set to co-direct. So right now, it's so early that there's no actual release date or anything else like that. But and you know what? Right now, they're saying that it's just a new project. They haven't said whether or not it's a series or it's going to be a full-length movie or a full-length theatrical release, something or anything like that. But obviously, it got somebody else interested, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to do another project on it. What do you guys think on that?
Now, as far as this animated project, yes, it's too early. We don't know if it's just going to be on Netflix. We don't know if it's going to be on something like Adult Swim. We just know that it's going to be in production and it's just going to be made. Mm-hmm. How many times that Ghost in the Shell has been done and redone? I mean, at this point, this was supposed to, I guess, take a continuation of what the movie was going to do. I think that's the way they wanted to have this going. But as long as the anime is good, I don't see any problem with it. Just come out with it, make sure it has a good fucking story, and we'll just go from there.
Yep. What about you, Grey Mouse? I know you got thoughts on this one.
Actually, I have more reservations about this than the thing does. To start off with, we don't know shit about it. All we know was it was announced that an anime was in the works with one of the co-directors. What's his name? I can't think of it. Kenji. That actually did a project or actually did a Ghost in the Shell standalone, like the Reverend was saying. So, I mean, that's a little bit of, I feel better about it. But just, like you said, I think maybe the Ghost in the Shell has been done, and people are tired of it, maybe. But it's, the manga is still as popular as ever and probably will always be popular. So, I mean, there may be those people that want to see another Ghost in the Shell. But it is kind of interesting on the timing of this, if you kind of honestly. But I don't think it would have anything to do or a tie-in or whatever with the movie. I think they're just going to progress the story further.
Yeah, I mean, right now, as it stands, the Ghost in the Shell, the manga that was created by Masamune Shirow, that all of the animated stories are based off of. It's a long-running and well-known, well-revered manga series. There are a lot more stories within it that they can go ahead and farm for animated projects or movies or whatnot. I think with this particular one, basically what they were doing is that they're kind of riding the momentum and the fact that they've got this, this full-length live-action Hollywood produced movie to go ahead and, that has everybody's attention right up at the forefront, whether or not it's good or bad. But they're like, we're going to go ahead and we're creating another project that's going to be attached to the property. Is it going to be related to the movie at all? No, probably not. Because the storyline for the movie, from what I understand, is kind of an amalgamation of the original Ghost in the Shell movie and some of the episodes of like the first standalone complex. So, it's interesting. It's interesting to note. at this moment in time, I'd rather see another, another few animated stories, maybe another standalone complex, maybe a third gig if that's what they want to do, because they have the first and second gigs out. If they do a third gig and it's another 13 episodes, the major out there with Section 9 going out doing her thing and all of that, I'll appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll eventually get down to watching it along with the other 12 terabytes of anime that I currently have just stowed around my house. All right. Yeah. Was there anything else about these two particular ones or anything that we wanted to go ahead and poke at or prod at or have thoughts on, gentlemen?
Well, one thing, I'll just throw this as a wrap up, a wrap up. It's very encouraging to see these projects, whether it be Fullmetal Alchemist and oh my gosh, Ghost in the Shell. It's really encouraging. It's a really good time to be, fans of everything, because it seems like that's what things are going towards now, is that the movies are starting to get more geeky, the comic books, and the anime and the manga is starting to actually come front and center. And as a fan of both things, I find it's a great time to be living, so to speak, for this. And I just really hope that, like we've always said on the video games, or video game companies and whatnot, we don't want to see things fail. We want to see things succeed so other things can follow. There's so much stuff out there that's in manga form that I would love to see to come out, into a full motion video or whatnot. There's so much. And if these things, little projects fail, there's no hope of the other stuff to come out. So, I want to encourage that these things do good, so we could actually see other stuff, and we could go off of more the manga that's kind of, more like, E-list manga or D-list manga. You know what I mean? Some of these more far-reached mangas. So this is like laying a path for things, and that's pretty much what I got to say. So. I don't know.
Go ahead, team. You had something you wanted to throw in right at the end there. Why don't you look? I'm waiting for another season of Hajime no Ippo. Why don't they make a live action of that?
I would rather they not.
I would rather they not. To be quiet.
I would rather they not. Just to tell you the truth. All right.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's made by the Japanese.
Even then.
Even then, I would rather they not.
No, I would. No.
Yeah. All right. All you have to do is.
I'd rather see a live action One Piece before I see Hajime Ippo, or a live action Tomorrow's Joe.
I should know Joe. Yeah.
I
mean, there's.
Well, look, if they do make a live action of Hajime no Ippo, it'll be better than a live action Dragon Ball movie.
Oh, okay.
Nobody has anything.
That's it. Good night, everybody.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that's a very high bar you're setting for yourself.
Well, you would rather see other things, or that you'd rather not make it. But I'm just trying to throw it in the look. It's not going to be in that realm.
Yeah, well, look, hey, just because earthworms could go ahead and trip over that bar, that means I can trip over it too. All right, that's all I'm saying. Okay. All right. With that, what we really want to know, folks, if you've stuck up to this point, is what are your thoughts on the Fullmetal Alchemist trailer, the second one that was just released out? What are your thoughts on the announcement for a brand new Ghost in the Shell animated project? Did you see the live action adaptation that just hit theaters last week? If you did, what were your thoughts on it? We would like to know. So while you're at it, leave us a comment below. If you're so kind, hit that like button, hit subscribe. We enjoy these conversations back and forth, And that's the reason why we do this, you know. With that, we are the middle-aged guys, and our bullshit about anime and manga being adapted into animated projects and into live-action movies ends here. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
And Gray Mouse won.
Every form of entertainment has a right to exist, even if you don't like it. Credits.